Hi, thank you very much for requesting the best gacha idle game that everyone would love to play this game, because the gacha rate is really fair and balanced even though some of them have a high rate to obtain the top tier hero, but of course the main point is we can freely play the game in idle features. Our team tries to combine the new Game IDLE RPG and also the game that has released globally, but it's worth playing. Remember to like this video to reach 200 likes, thanks. Top 10 Game IDLE Gacha for mobile, best gacha idle RPG games for Android and iOS. You can support this channel and send us a special thanks. Trails of Cold Steel. Trails of Cold Steel NW. This game reminds me of JRPG games. The way the characters looks is represented the glory of RPG games, but the difference is the game has fully an AFK based game. There is an option to increase the game speed to 4 times, which is we can gain more rewards by doing it faster. If you do a pre-register, then you will get a free SSR hero through email, but don't worry, because as a newbie we will get 10 times free gacha and the SSR hero's rate is pretty high. The gameplay of Trials of Cold Steel NW is we will represent with a lot of animation, cutscenes multiple times, even the main storyline will be full of voiceover. Overall, I love how the combat battle looks so clear with a great animation skill showcase will make your game experience becoming amazing. Before we start the combat, we can place the hero based on the fighting style of two sides, which are a front line for fighter or tanker and also back line for range hero who's holding the gun, arrow or staff for magic. The skill is able to select automatically when the gates matter fully finished. Some of the heroes will deal a wider area within the lane. This is why I would like to say the best gacha new Game IDLE RPG for Android and iOS. 8. Era Epic. 8. Era Epic RPG Adventure. Probably many of you don't even know if this game exists on mobile, but only a specific regions is able to play it. But let me tell you how the game works through this video. The gameplay is able to play in idle mode, but we need to clear the product first and reach a certain stage to unlock it. The combat mechanism is really unique actually, because we can switch up the hero during the combat. It's a really good way to maximize the chance and push ourselves into a higher advantage. Then every hero will have 2 active skills and 1 basic attack, where the active skill will consume some energy, but we need to wait on every turn to recharge it. I don't even think if the game has a great combat action, because all of the hero will not come closer into the enemy even when you have a melee weapon. Only the skill will do that action. The game needs a lot of improvement, like the voiceover, the storyline, or even the graphic selections only has a default option. 8. Era Epic RPG Adventure is the best new Game IDLE Gacha RPG game for mobile. Assault Lily. Assault Lily Last Bullet W. This game is just a new release gacha RPG game idle for mobile. The game has a lot of potential to dominate the high-end phone games, because as a gacha idle game it has more than 5GB size to download at all. Most of them will need to download while in-game after we complete the tutorial, but you will live to see how many actions and features the game has. No wonder the developers consider applying a high game size on it. Since we start playing it, we will have so many exciting anime visual cutscenes to describe how the game will become. All of the heroes are female with a cute chibi character design with her own ear-catching voiceover. The gameplay of Assault Lily Last Bullet W is the hero can multiply her attack by an accompaniment tag. The higher support hero you have will have your damage increase significantly. It has the card game base. The card will represent which skill will you unleash. Unfortunately, these all things will show up randomly. Some of them has a different energy to pick, so make sure you keep your energy until your favorite skill cards respawn, so we'll have a better chance on winning the boss, especially on the final waves. At the beginning, we can pick 3 different legions. Each legion will have a different strength and weaknesses. Even the hero that we can pick will be different as well. Assault Lily Last Bullet W is the best new gacha RPG idle games for Android and iOS. Eversoul. Eversoul. Honestly, this game is one of the best graphic gacha game idle RPG for mobile. I never seen any gacha game that looks so gorgeous than this. Everything looks so wonderful, the skill showcase is pretty neat, dynamic and clear. The character design is absolutely top tier and I love how the battle arena has a specific transition between day, afternoon and night that makes a realistic vibes to the players and get a variety of the experience while in the combat. No wonder the game size is really big, it's over 10 GB and the developer is really active on updating the game several times. If I would like to rate this visual, I would get a high score, but the gacha rate is really low. As a player who loves gacha, I would suggest the developer to increase the gacha rate because we are not only focusing on the graphic, but the most priority we are looking for is we can obtain the high tier hero easily. The combat mechanism is 100% we can play it idle, which is automatically in skill and ultimate skill. The hero will do a basic attack randomly. Eversoul is still the best game gacha for mobile. Guild of Guardians. Guild of Guardians. This is the best idle RPG game for low end points. The game doesn't need a high spec to run in maximum settings. Every single skill seems really casual and simple. The gameplay is absolutely easy to play. Even if you would like to play manually, will not have any differences if we play the game automatically. The idle mode will help you to initiate the skill faster whenever it's ready. The one thing that I love about this game is we can try to sell or trade our main hero with the other players. I think this is a brilliant idea where the players can communicate with each other. I remember the game had a few issues and bugs, but the team really fast respond to solve any single problems. As a player, we would like to appreciate it, and unfortunately, I think the camera angle should be able to see the hero closer while in the combat. Guild of Guardians is the best new gacha RPG games for Android and iOS. Son of God. Son of God. This game is one of the best idle games that you all need to anticipate. The mechanism is really simple, but the gameplay is really attractive. Actually, it has a semi-open world game where we can explore a certain area while enjoying the storyline. Honestly, the prologue is taking so long, it's about 10 minutes to see the whole story, but of course we can skip it through the next mission. At the beginning, I didn't see any auto button, but surely this kind of game will have the auto button when we reach a certain mission. Hopefully the developer will add it so the players who love the idle game can enjoy the gameplay. In fact, the skill showcase is absolutely magnificent with a dynamic visuals. The first time I played it, it reminded me of Reverse 1999. The way of the heroes look so chibi and cute will make their own attractive point. Just to let you know, the hero doesn't need any mana point or the cooldown is not really matter. We only need to build up the gauge meter by success land a hit to the enemy. Son of God is the best new idle RPG game gacha for mobile. Starseed Asnia. Starseed Asnia Trigger. Dear developer, please make it faster to bring this game on global server. I'm sick seeing the graphic is so adorable. The one thing that you should be concerned about is that it doesn't have any male heroes and all of the female heroes have a good shape with a futuristic design. Try to turn your hero while in the lobby and everything will be shaking. Unfortunately, we cannot zoom in and zoom out, and if it's possible to do that, it's getting attractive. The gameplay of Starseed Asnia Trigger is an active turn-based RPG game where every hero will do an idle basic attack and lock the enemies randomly. Every hero will have a gauge meter to be filled up and consistently increase every second in a slightly number. Look at how the skill showcase is, it's pretty impressive. With a realistic 3D character in action would make the skill visual look so gorgeous. Before we start the combat, we must deploy the hero within two lanes. It will represent the tanker and also the ranger hero. Be wise on picking the hero based on the roleplay and also the element advantage points because it will grant your advantage in multiples. Starseed Asnia Trigger is the best game idle gacha Android. Reverse 1999. Refers 1999. If you are a game developer who wants to understand what players want about a fair game, no pay to win the gacha game, then Refers 1999 is the answer. This is the best no pay to win gacha RPG idle game for mobile. I would say it has everything on the game. The game concept is really anti-mainstream that makes the player get a new experience. The skill showcase is unbelievably perfectly done. The story is absolutely stunning, and of course how the music turned into a classical instrument that makes the game feel so adorable and rich of features. By explaining this all, I'm sure every player will play this game straight away, but the one thing that I'm super enjoy is we can easily get 5-star heroes with powerful damage and strength. In game, we can easily pass through every single mission by using those heroes. The combat mechanism is super easy to learn. The hero will get 1 orb on every action. If the hero collects 5 orbs, then the ultimate skill will be able to unleash. I guarantee you will be amazed with the game in every aspect. No wonder the game reached such a high score on the Play Store and have downloaded over 1 million players. Refers 1999 is the best gacha RPG game mobile with idle base. Arcadia. Just less than 1 GB, we already have a great game anime gacha RPG idle game for mobile. Let me guess you will enjoy seeing the whole scenes because it has a very good panorama for a male players. I would suggest you to play it by using the headphones because it will shock you in sudden by a cute girl's voices. The gameplay will be taking a quick time to finish. The visual skill will unleash so fast with less scenes, but only the ultimate skill will turn your mood into 360 degrees. I would not say anything about it until you experience it by yourself. So every combat we can deploy 4 different heroes. There are 2 or 3 wave stages that we need to pass through by killing the monster or the other character that will join us freely after we defeat her. The gacha rate is just so. We don't have enough diamonds to obtain for free, but we'll get a ton of free tickets to reroll. Arcadia is the best new RPG idle game gacha for mobile. Overlord King of Yggdrasil. Another cool adapted anime RPG game for mobile that is really worth trying. It has 2 different concepts of open world and also dungeon based. There are tons of cutscenes that will represent the storyline full of voiceover character. Unfortunately, this game is only available in China, but we can download it freely through the APK that's available on Google because it has an idle games concept, so the gameplay will not depend on the ping connections. So far, I can totally enjoy the whole gameplay without any problem, but it needs a high-spec phone to run it. The game size is way too big. We need to download over 8 GB plus in-game. The combat mechanism of Overlord King of Yggdrasil is all of the character skill will need a cooldown to use, so every turn will recover 1 skill cooldown. I highly recommend you to keep the stronger skill to face the last monster at the end of the waves. Absolutely the best gacha idle RPG games for mobile. Ninja Academy. Bonus Ninja Academy. Such a great idle gacha game for mobile. It's totally pure 100% AFK based because while in the combat we don't even need to touch any button. Every action will launch randomly, automatically, so we can't control anything. We are only able to control the hero before we get into the battle by upgrading the level, switching the equipment, and how we manage the hero ascending level. Actually, we will get exactly the same storyline as the anime movie, so it's kind of nostalgic to see the whole gameplay since the first story of Ninja. These all are the best 10 game idle gacha for mobile. I really hope that players get their new gacha game so it will make a great new games experience through your day, because as we all know, playing an idle RPG will be able to do with another activities. Remember to like this video and help us to reach 200 likes. See you on the next video. Thanks.